Hi folks, this is Jeff McIntire-strasburg from Sustainablog, here with another video book review for you. This one is geared at parents particularly if you're a parent, and I think this pretty much applies to every parent, who can find mealtime to be battle time, whether it's battle time with the kids, whether it's battle time with yourself, or whether it's even a fight with our broader food culture. You may find that you deal with all three of these issues each time a meal comes around. Your kids look at something that's particularly healthy, maybe green, and say, I don't like that. You may find battling with yourself in terms of your own schedule. You've got to work, you've got to run the kids to scouts or sports practice or dance lessons or piano lessons, all of those things that they do. And finally, we've got a broader food culture that pushes the notion of convenience. If you can pop it in the microwave for a few seconds, that's a good thing. Freddie the cat is joining us here. Hi, Fred. You want to be on the internet, huh? There you go, buddy. But also a food culture that has created this label of kids food, and kids foods are things that are not particularly healthy. Chicken strips, chicken nuggets, French fries, lots of things that are fried, fatty, sugary, certainly, cereals and so forth, and don't give our kids a lot of nutritional value. So the book we're looking at today is The Cleaner Plate Club, and this is by Beth Bader and Allie Benjamin. Now, I need to disclose here that I know both Beth and Allie. Beth is a good friend. In fact, we have shared several meals together. Allie is more of an acquaintance who I've worked with in several cases. But regardless of that fact, I really, really like this book. If you look at the cover here, I don't know if you can read this or not, but on the front here it says more than 100 recipes for real food your kids will love. Now, that may lead you to believe this is a cookbook. And it is a cookbook. There's lots of good recipes in here. I'm going to keep a copy of this because there's lots of recipes I want to try, in fact. But it is much more than a cookbook. And ultimately, it is your battle plan for those battles that you deal with often at every meal. So it includes lots of information, in fact, a real primer on child development and child psychology related to food. Why do kids decide that they don't like this or that? Lots of times it's a control issue rather than a taste issue, although taste can be a part of it, certainly, as they're developing. The book is also a behavioral guide for including your kids in all steps of the process of choosing and preparing healthy foods. So, if you got to take your kids to the grocery store, which many of you do certainly, how do you operate that, and how do you focus on healthy food? There's even a map in here of a typical grocery store and how you would attack it in order to get lots of healthy food, get your kids into the process, and keep them away from the boxes of cereal and so forth with the cartoon characters on front of it. There's also lots of nutritional information here, particularly what kinds of nutrients kids need, what kind of time frame they need to get them in. There's even nutritional information for adults. None of us are getting the kinds of healthy foods that we need. That's why we're seeing the obesity and diabetes epidemics that we are. Finally, it's an exploration of our current food system, which is largely an industrial food system. What happens there, what happens not only in terms of agriculture and processing, but also the marketing that goes on. And that creates a big part of those battles that we deal with that I mentioned earlier there. So it's a very thorough book. It's very readable, very friendly. While Beth and Allie are both foodies and sustainable foodies, there is no talking down to you at all. It's very friendly. They make it very clear that they deal with the same issues that all parents do, and that they don't win every battle either. Too sometimes the kids do get Pop-Tarts, but ultimately it gives you tons and tons of strategies, recipes, instructions for how to use whole foods, which don't come with instructions, to make mealtime not only more pleasant, but more healthy for the kids and for the rest of the family, and hopefully to build up a long-term healthy relationship with food for your kids. I really like this book an awful lot, and again, if you're finding that you're just dreading mealtime because of the fights that come up, take a look at the Cleaner Plate Club. You're going to find lots of tactics for dealing with those battles. Again, this is Jeff McIntire-Strasburg from Sustainablog. Thanks so much.